Здравствуйте. Hello, it's William with the 1907 diary series. We're moving right along in September, still in the Crimea, but in the new diary entry for 22nd September, we get a date on which the Dmitri and Maria and their little family group are going to be leaving. It's Aunt Ella's decision, of course. But this being a long diary entry, we are not going to get to that today. I'm going to do this diary entry in two parts, and the discussion of leaving the Crimea will be in the second part, so that will be in tomorrow's video. It was kind of I was a little bit hesitant because I never like to split them in two, really, and it seemed like just maybe I could squeeze everything in with this one, but I think it's better not to, although it leaves us with the first part that's a little on the short side, but that's okay. It's interesting, as always. So it was Saturday, 22nd of September, the old calendar in the Crimea, and here's what our friend has to say. We swam later today at 8:45 because I slept in very late. Maria still isn't swimming, although it seems she wants to start again tomorrow. After swimming today, I didn't study because I spent the whole time answering telegrams, a very boring occupation, but I nonetheless dived in, and the time flowed by unnoticed until 12 o'clock when we had lunch. After lunch, Aunt Minnie was supposed to come for us, but she didn't come, and we went to Yalta alone with GM. I confess I was very happy that Aunt Minnie didn't come because it destroys my peace of mind whenever we go on a picnic with her or something like that, because it only causes dissatisfaction to the Pashtuns. In Yalta, we had tea, as always, at the Hotel Rossiya, and then went around to the shops. It was quite cool on the way back due to the rather strong wind. Okay, so let's start actually with the word Pashtuns, which I've left untranslated, although teachers maybe would be the word that you would use. So I had to do some digging on that one. I did not initially know what it meant, and when I ran it through some of the AI translation programs, they didn't know what it meant, and it turns out that it's a very old word, like sort of if Dmitri had was writing in English and used some Shakespearean era form of the word for teachers in a general sense, people who are in charge of educating boys. So let's see, the sun is, I guess we're just going to have to make do with this, because I do not want to start over. But anyway, so the word that would have been used for laming, for GM, for instance, in modern Russian, or at least early 20th century Russian, was vaspitatel. So Pashtun is like a very early form of that word. And why is Dmitri using it? I have no idea. Maybe he came across it in a book and thought he would give it a try. I don't know. But, what can one say? I hope he wasn't using it in a pejorative way. I wonder if it had that dimension to it. Not originally, but at the time when he was writing. So anyway, gosh, I'm a little muddle-headed today. Sorry about that. He slept in. Why did he sleep in? Because they were out late yesterday at the at Sandro and Ksenia's estate, Tudor, and so swimming was a little late. Maria is not going to resume her swimming until tomorrow, or at least she wants to do it tomorrow. And then we have this interval of probably a couple hours where Dmitri is responding to telegrams. So the telegrams would have been sent to him for his birthday, and this seems to have been the way people sent birthday greetings in 1907 and for some years beyond that, because I've seen it referred to also in other places, and in fact in Dmitri's adult diaries. I don't know if it was across the boards a custom at that time chronologically, or if it was something particular to Russia or to the Romanovs, but on your birthday people sent you telegrams. They didn't send cards by post, and they didn't ring you up, and they didn't obviously text you with a birthday cake and a smiley face. So you would get all of these telegrams, and then you would need to respond to all of them. So he was not having a servant do that. He was expected to do that by himself, and they would have been, I assume, short. People didn't tend to send long telegrams, but yeah. So as he says, a boring task, kind of like doing your Christmas cards, I guess. But he got through it. It would be interesting to know which people were sending him telegrams, if it was only family members and close family friends, or if, members of the public knew that it was his birthday, which was probably published somewhere, and decided to send him telegrams. But at any rate, it seems that he answered all of them. So if you happen to go back in time unexpectedly, and you find yourself in 1907 on the 20th or 21st of September, don't forget to send a telegram to Dmitri wishing him a happy birthday. Okay, so Aunt Minnie doesn't show up. That seems strange, but I guess she must have let them know why, because he doesn't seem concerned about it. If you had plans with someone and they just plain didn't show up, I think that would be a cause for concern. So I guess she must have let them know, but maybe not, because he has this bigger worry about what's going to happen with her and and Laming, if she does come and if she takes them to Yalta. And yeah, poor fellow, this is really an important thing to him. He writes about it over and over again. It destroys my peace of mind whenever we go on a picnic with her or something like that, because there's going to be trouble. And I wish Minnie and Laming had known just how much anxiety it caused him. Apparently he wasn't telling them that. So yeah, he had so much fun on his outing to the waterfall, but that, of course, was with the Lamings and not with Aunt Minnie. All right, so apparently they had been looking forward to, or at least Maria had. Dmitri was, of course, just worried about it, but they had planned to go to Yalta, and so it was nice that GM took them, and they had tea at the Hotel Rosia. I wonder if that still exists in some form. And he says, as always. So apparently the previous time they'd gone to Yalta, or previous times, they had also gone to the Hotel Rosia to have their tea. And then they went around to the shops, probably nice little boutique kind of shops for tourists. He doesn't mention buying anything, so too bad. It'd be nice if he added that detail, but maybe he didn't buy anything. Okay, and so as you recall, the day before it had been very windy, and it continues to be windy today, so that makes things a little chilly, as you would say in American English dialect, but or cool on their way home. Well, good. So we start right off tomorrow with this discussion of the return to Moscow and how Dmitri feels about it, and yeah, some other interesting things as well. So Aunt Minnie will be back in the picture, and okay, come back for that. I'll see you next time. Bye.